Hi guys, and welcome back to the SN Studio for another video barrel report.
9th edition!
9th edition.
Wow.
The new edition.
Such a cool front cover.
Oh, it's so cool. It smells nice. Smell it.
I have no sense of smell.
Oh, true.
I can't smell anything.
Oh, so we have another barrel report for you today. Crimson Fists versus Word Bearers. There's a lot of rivalry between these two armies.
A lot.
A lot.
Malak despises the fists.
And Pardo hates Malak because he never dies. He just hides away behind screens.
You know, he prays. He prays to the masses and tells them
he just waves
to
his
go
book.
forth.
Guys do this, guys do that. But now with the new character, targets in character rules, I might be able to take him out. Hopefully, please be this day.
It won't be this day.
So today we are playing. What are we playing? Frontline Assault. So again, the deployment map is set, so Dawn of War.
Dawn of War.
And yeah, and basically take and hold are the same as all of them. If you control one, you get 5 points. If you control 2, you get 10 points. If you control more than your opponent, you get 15 per turn. And then there's a secondary, which is Vital Ground, which we won't get into that much because we've already chosen our secondaries.
We have.
And this is the secondary we can choose if we're playing this mission. And none of us have actually chosen that objective. Basically, Vital Ground is the same as what Frontline Warfare was before. Where you score 3 points for the objective on your enemy's deployment and 2 for the 2 in the middle.
Right.
But let's not go into that because it's not really needed.
It's boring.
So this is the second Eternal War mission from Strike Force that we use. So I'm really looking at actually playing. We played 4 Pillars.
4 Pillars.
Yesterday, and it was a really enjoyable mission as well.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
9th edition. Stop smelling the book.
I slept with it last night. My girlfriend was like, "Why are you sleeping with a book?" And I'm just like, fall asleep, fall asleep.
It's not a book.
It's okay, it's okay. Just fall asleep.
It's a holy tome.
Yeah. So let's go straight onto lists.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So shall I start with mine? Or do you want the pleasure of being first?
I'm thinking about it. No, you can go first.
Okay, cool.
Because I will be going first in the game.
I'm taking a battalion, so I start with
12.
We start with 12. So basically, battalion costs 3 CP, but my warlord is in the battalion, so I get those 3 CP back.
Very cool.
I do spend a couple of extra points before the game starts, so I do make my warlord, Captain Nick, I do make him a chapter master, so I'm spending 2 CP for that, and then I spend an extra CP to have 2 warlord traits on him. One is Iron Resolve to take him to 8 wounds, and has ignoring wound on the roll of a 6 for his warlord traits. And he's actually my warlord. I don't know if I've pointed that out. And then I give him one of the relics from the Imperial Fists, which I've forgotten which one it was, but basically grants him an extra wound. So he has 9 wounds, toughness 5, and a feel no pain of 6+.
He's got 2 warlord traits.
Ka-ching! And then he's got 2 warlord traits.
How?
By being a space marine.
Stars me to go on 9th edition. Here we go.
Space Marines. So yeah, he's got the Imperial Fist one, which basically grants me an extra D3 points. So it costs 1, so you're never going to be less than a 1. You're always going to get that one back, and then you roll and you get an extra CP, which I've already rolled for, and I've got 2 extra CP, so I start with 1 more. And yeah, that's my warlord, Captain Nick in Gravis Armor. Then for my second HQ, I've got Captain Pardo. Oh, he's so cool. Shaved head like me, so I changed his head to look with the same shaved head. Really cool. Now, some things which I normally don't do. I haven't taken any relics or any warlord traits on him this time.
Wow. Just
because I wanted to have as many command points for you guys to see some of the new stratagems.
It is for you guys.
You guys at home. And the other thing is, he has a Storm Shield and he has a Power Fist upgraded to that. Obviously, this Jump Pack. Now, Storm Shields, we know for a fact that it's changed. As you know, we don't have some of the books. This is all we have at the moment, and the points are different. So we're playing 1500 to keep it as low as possible because we know
it'll go up.
Well, points are going up, so we want to keep armies smaller because that's how they will be. Now, I haven't used any command points on him, and we do know for a fact, because we do have the rules of the new Indominus. Indominus? What's the new book? Indominus.
He points over to the box.
It's there.
It's there.
Indominus. There's the rules for the units inside, and some of them have storm shields. Storm shields have now changed to a 4+ invulnerable, but +1 to the armor of the bearer.
That's kind of cool.
Which is cool, because now I do have a 2-up save, and it's pretty interesting because I normally die from small arms fire when I miss that first charge.
Yeah.
So having a 2-up will give me a bit more of resiliency, obviously from the bigger stuff like las cannons and other big cannons that fire at me.
4-up's still good.
A 4-up is still good.
Still good.
So yeah, that's my 2 HQs. Moving over to my 3 troop choices, I've got 3 units of 9 intercessors with Stalker bolt rifles. I've never tried out big units like this. It's the first time I'm actually using them, so let's see how that goes. Looking forward to see how they perform. And then I've got, for my heavy support, I've got 1 Leviathan, only one.
Only one.
Only one.
I do love Leviathan.
Double storm cannon. I haven't paid any extra points for the hunter killer missiles, but I think they've just got even better. They were good anyway. The only downfall of them was when they got tagged, and now it's like, yeah, tag away. Like, I'm shooting at you.
Tag away, my friend.
Tag away, cultist. Here, join me. Get closer. So you can now target.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Like, you're in the
war zone. He's just there going, I can't choose my weapons, brother.
Don't touch me. Oh, they're touching me. They're touching me. So yeah, so it's great. It's a big extra to have, but obviously the points are going to go up, I guess.
I hope so.
A lot.
Because a Crimson Fist Leviathan is disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting, but he loves it.
And yeah, I'm sure they'll go up, especially the storm cannons. Now, he's a relic, so I need to have another heavy support to have a relic in that detachment.
Didn't know that.
And so I've got 2 Mortis Contemptors with double las cannons on them, so 4 las cannons each. Really cool, especially when you bring a lot of vehicles to the game, which is really cool.
We didn't know what list we were bringing either, by the way.
Yeah, we normally do that, actually. We normally build a list at home, and then whatever the list is when we come here is what we play. We like it that way. We get used to playing for events and stuff better. Yeah. And then lastly, I've got my war suits, which is a elite slot, I think it is. Yeah. War suits upgraded to have the flamer instead of the autocannon. And yeah, really cool to actually have one at least to see how it goes. I'm thinking of actually putting him in tactical reserve and bringing him in turn 2, because now you actually don't start, you don't know who's starting. No. Basically, there's another roll-off. So if I deploy him close, he could be just a wasted unit.
It's pretty cool.
And yeah, that's my list this year. I don't think I've missed anything.
There's no more C's as well, right?
There's no more C's, and there's no more something that was used at the beginning. Prepared positions. There's no more prepared positions anymore.
So I can't seize on you anymore.
You can't seize. I'm so happy about that. I got seized like 5 from the last 6 games. It was horrendous. It was
can't
like
seize anymore. Well, that book saved you.
Yeah, that book saved me. That's my list, DC. 1,500 points.
I like it.
1,500 points. I love it. Let's check out your list now.
My list. I decided all good things comes in 3s. And it's a battalion, same as yours. So I get 12 CP. I've actually spent some, which I'll explain in a moment. So we've got 3 troop choices, 3 HQs, 3 heavy support, and 3... We've actually got 4. So it doesn't come in 3s.
But he's a demon.
But he doesn't count, right? He's a demon. So we've got 3 HQs in the battalion. We have Malik himself. He had to come on the first one. Yeah. And he has to be my warlord because he's a Dark Apostle. And any word bearer player with the assault out there knows they have to be the warlord. So he has some prayers. I've given him Mark of Tzeentch and the usual prayer that goes along with that, Mutating Invocation. Mm-hmm. He's got the -1 to hit, which is Benediction of Darkness. And I've also given him the Warpsight Plea for +1 to hit. We've got next to him the Master of Possession. He has the Malefic Tome Relic, which gives him +1 to cast and knows an extra power. He also has Mark of Tzeentch, so if I want to, I can cast, I think it's Great Sorcerer, or the Great Sorcerers,
nice.
Which allows him to cast 1 more, which is really handy. I always recommend putting him as Tzeentch for that reason.
Okay.
Especially for the Malefic Tome.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, I forgot to tell you that Malik has Master of the Union, which is a warlord trait I don't normally use.
Okay.
It gives extra attack to Demon Legion units, which is basically the heavy support and elite slots in the back, along with the 3rd HQ, which is the Lord Discordant. Now, I've spent the CP, like I mentioned. We've got a Soulforged pack, which gives all the vehicles the Soulforged pack ability, along with, I think it's called Field Commander, right? Field Commander for 1 CP to allow another Warlord trait on the Disco Lord Discordant, and he has the Master of Soulforged that gives all these guys an extra 2-inch movement.
Nice.
So get them in their face, get them in the lines. I really like it. So then, so backing them up, we've got the 3 troops. We've got a unit of 5, the Brave 5. Chaos Space Marines.
The Brave 5.
The Brave 5. The other 5 got chainswords. I never really bring them.
Yeah.
But I should get some more. Then 2 units of 10 cultists. Now, the cultists are... I didn't bring blobs this time, mainly for the points. But 2 squads of 10. I think I'll be doing more of that maybe in the future.
Yeah, I think so too. I think 9th makes you do that.
9th makes you do that. But we'll see. So 1 close combat, 1 shooting. And all my troops have got banners because, and I will explain secondaries in a moment, but I've got one of the secondaries to do with banners, and I thought I needed some thematic.
That's very cool.
Exactly. And then in the background we've got the 3 decimators with soul burners. If you don't know what these guys do, they are incredible.
You just want to do this. Don't shoot at me.
I love them. So I won't explain, I won't go into detail, but basically they're just mortal wound cannons, and they get buffed up from everything going on here. It's kind of like a moving feast we've got going on.
It's horrendous.
So they're the elite slots, and along with the Greater Possessed, which is also, they're all Mark of Tzeentch except for the Warlord and the Master of Possession.
Tzeentch, right? Mark of Tzeentch.
Those 2 are Mark of Tzeentch. And I've spent 1 CP for Malik to be on the Dark Council, which is on Sakaris, the homeworld of the Word Bearers, and allows him to take that extra prep. So that's 3 CP I've spent so far, which puts me down to 9 to start.
Perfect.
But I get 1 back every turn now.
I know, it's
so
amazing.
Nice. It's so cool.
You can plan ahead.
Plan ahead, exactly.
Cool. So that's both lists there. As you see, you've already seen the battlefield, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
We are going to go through some of the terrain pieces that we are using today.
Okay.
So we are using ruins, which we cleared out last one, but if you've missed that report, basically they're scalable, which means you can actually go climb up levels. Breachable, which means you can go through doors, windows, and walls. If you are beasts, swarms and infantry. Light cover means +1 to your armor save. And defensible is a really cool one, which if you're getting charged, you can +1 to your overwatch or +1 to your hit rolls in combat. And then we've got the big obscuring rule of 9th, which means if there's an obscuring terrain piece in the middle,
in between
you and the unit you're firing at, you can't actually target them unless you can draw a line of a thin line, 1 millimeter line from part of your base or hull to the unit's base or hull.
Correct.
I think I said that right. Yeah. It sounds difficult, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
We've got some armored containers, and that has the light cover again. Scalable, which you can go over, and then exposed positions mean that if you're on top of them, you can always be targeted and always be seen.
Which makes sense,
which
right?
makes sense.
Just stand on top of a crate and I can shoot at you.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah. We've also got some industrial structures which we've already placed on the battlefield, and you can actually see which pieces they are. They've got the scalable again, the breachable again, but they've got the dense cover rule. So the dense cover, what it does, if you're within 3 inches of the dense piece of terrain and you are obscured by a bit, you get a -1 to hit. So -1 to hit, basically vehicles, anything gets it. So if you can't see the entire base or the entire hull, even if they're within 3 inches, you get a -1 to hit.
Spicy.
Which is good. And then lastly, I think we have something more on it. Did we have... yeah, we had the same. What we're using those spike things. What are those called?
That was just dense cover, right?
We just used them. What would you call that? Spikes, chaos
spikes of chaosness.
Yeah, basically that.
Chaos.
They've just got the scalable, the dense cover and the defensible.
Yeah, there was something on here. Was it difficult ground? No, there was something we called them. I think it was just that.
I think we just said
obstacles.
That. No, it wasn't obstacles. No, it was just that. We just gave them the dense cover and defensible.
So much in this book. It's so
much,
good.
But you get used to it. You get used to it.
When I first read the terrain stuff, probably like a lot of people watching, my brain just went like,
boom.
What is going on? But when you start playing,
it's like boom,
it's just
boom,
really
boom. Now, let's talk quickly about our secondaries. Let's try and do this quite quickly before we actually start the game. So for my secondaries, I've chosen I've got them here in my little notepad. I've got Bring It Down, which means I get 2 points for every monster or vehicle worth 10 points or less.
Whoops.
And I get 3 points if there's a vehicle or monster with 12 wounds or more, which is the Disco Lord. I've got Attrition, which means if I actually kill more stuff than him, I get 4 points at the end of my turn, at the end of a battle round. And lastly, I've got Engage All Fronts, which is you split the board in 4 quarters. If I have 3 quarters completely, a unit in 3 quarters completely within and not within 6 inches of the center, I get 3 points or 2 points. That's cool. Then if I have 4 units on every table quarter, or 1 unit in every table quarter, sorry, I get some extra points there. Those are my 3.
Nice. Well, I mentioned my banners earlier because I've taken Raise the Banners High.
One of my favorites.
So cool. I read it. It sounds really cool. And I've got little chaos markers that I've used for objectives, but they're too small now.
They're too small.
They're too small now, so I'm going to use them for that. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, so each banner will be raising high, so I get points for that.
Yeah.
You basically, like, going on an objective, you start raising the banner, and then you get points once the banner's on there.
It's an action, so that's something new. So at the end of the movement phase, he does an action. An action means you can move, but you can't perform an action if you've fallen back or advanced.
Yeah.
And when you're raising the banner or taking the action, basically you come null and void. You can't do absolutely anything else.
You can't shoot, no auras, no psychic powers.
Nada.
But it's very cool, and they're very thematic for the word bearers to be defiling things, putting their banners on them. And then I've also taken First Strike, because my mortal wound cannons will be
getting first strike.
Getting first strike for sure. As long as he doesn't outrange me like he normally does. But it's different now because we'll be doing the alternative deployment.
Yes, so it's interesting.
So it's be interesting again. Another great thing at ninth. It just adds that dynamic to it. It does. And then my last one is Attrition, which is kill more stuff than you, which is more difficult.
Both of us have it, which is cool, but only one of us will get those points.
Yeah, exactly, per turn.
Yeah.
It's more
first strike does grant you 5 points for getting first strike.
Yes.
But if you kill more units than me and your opponent in turn 1, you also get a bonus 3.
Yeah.
So really cool.
So I've gone for those, which they sound fun. I just want to play for Raise the Banners High.
It's so cool. I love it. Raise the banner. So there we have it. Both armies now shown to you. We're very excited.
I'm nervous.
On to deployment we go. And here we go. Both armies now deployed and ready for ninth.
Oh, feels good.
Oh, DC is finally born in 9th edition. Shaggy and Chris were already born yesterday.
They were.
DC is born today.
It feels good. It feels
good.
Yeah.
We are ready. And we are really excited.
Super excited. Super excited. I'm happy with my list. I'm happy with what I'm facing. 9th edition, gonna crush the Imperium at the start.
And you're happy with the board. This was DC's decision, by the way. Chaos Ruins, obviously. So he's at home, basically. He's playing at home.
I'm at home. I'm playing at home today.
Away.
We're playing away. We've got the away jerseys on. Yeah.
Cool. So let's just point out quickly where the static objectives are. So they are pre-placed. So 1, 2, 3, and just 1 just behind the Leviathan there. Let's quickly go through deployment. So I won the first roll-off. I chose to be the attacker, which now means that you get to pick which deployment zone you are.
Yep.
But I get to always have the advantage of deploying a unit after you.
Yes. It's actually quite good.
It's actually quite good.
And it's also quite even because I got to pick what I perceive to be the better side for cover, etc.
The one with the more ruins on your side. Yeah. So, but I had the advantage on the other side where I was placing after you. Cool. So a lot of units on the table. DC, let's go through your deployment first. So just take us through this bubble there is here.
Yeah, so basically we've got the 3 Venom Crawlers at the front, with the characters in the centre, as I mentioned earlier, the Greater Possessed, the Master of Possession, and then Malik himself. Followed right in the back behind is the Disco Lord, the Lord Discordant, and then the 3 Decimators to back them up. Yeah. It's basically a moving feast because as I explained at the start, because people skip, they always skip. I explained at the start that the auras and the benefits, everything, is basically for all of the demon engines.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I've just got my 3 unit troop choices. I've got a unit of cultists there, on the one flank, 1 unit of cultists in the centre holding that objective.
I love this one, especially with your secondary raise the flag, raise the banner. It's ready to be raised.
Raised. You're gonna raise it.
It's already raised.
Yeah, but and then cheeky, my brave Chaos Space Marines.
The brave unit of 5 that still haven't killed anything in all their lives.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna try and come up this way and grab a cheeky objective.
Cool.
But that's it.
Okay, quickly go through my objective, which is quite easy. In reserves, paying for this, so I've actually played a total of 2 CP because I believe it was more than 9. I don't exactly know the figures of what you pay, but I think if it's more than 9, you pay 2, and it was more than 9, but less than I think 15. So I did have to basically. I've checked, and it's 2 CP to actually have 2 units in reserve. Because of the power level, so one of the unit of intercessors is in reserve, and the Invictus Warsuit is also in reserve, which is really cool because for the Invictus, something that I do want to mention is that when you knew you were going first, you would deploy it quite frontal, and it's where it goes, but we still don't know who's going first because it's another roll-off. And there's no seizing either, which is cool. So yeah, I'm trying him in reserve, see how that goes. And then obviously Smash Captain Pardo. Captain Smashy is in reserve by normal default because he has a jump pack on him, so he doesn't have to pay. So 2 units of intercessors making good use of this terrain feature, industrial terrain, as we've already gone through. The 2 Mortis Contemptors, and then we've got Captain Nick just there at the back getting the Chapter Master bubble. Leviathan by himself standing strong there in the center of the battlefield.
The bull.
Like that, see? Like, do you see exactly? You look exactly like Leviathan. Like, man, I could get confused. I could really get confused.
Even in death, I should say.
And yeah, that's basically my deployment. Small units on the table, and then most of my other army comes from reserve, which I'm quite excited about.
Gonna spend 2 CP. Now, we were talking about this off camera.
Yes.
Because when we got the books, the Psychic Awakening books, Faith and Fury, for me, etc., for word bearers, some of the stratagems I was like, why would you take that?
Yes.
Like, and one of them was Curse to Spoilers, which is you can pick a terrain feature and you can wipe out any cover. Because I was like, well, if you did 2 CP for
paired positions,
which
no anymore.
no. So it was kind of pointless, I thought. But now he's all positioned on one piece of terrain, which
gives me it's industrial, which is
dense cover.
Yeah, we've gone over it already, but we've probably forgotten. So dense cover, which gives me a -1 to hit.
Is it -1 to hit?
Yes.
Or is it +1 to your cover?
No, this one gives me, because it's dense cover. It's not light cover. And dense cover gives you a +1 to -1 to hit.
Right.
Whilst the light cover gives you a +1 to armor. Okay. I'm sure it's like that.
Okay. Well, I'll check the rule anyway, because I'll spend 2 CP on
this
Curse to Spoilers.
Yep.
To get rid of the cover benefit.
That's really nasty.
But I don't know if it's gets rid of the -1, or if it just gets rid of the +1 to your save. I'll check the
okay.
I'll let you know. But 2 CP, and that's actually interesting because those books now you can see the connection with 9th.
Okay.
Along with my reroll prayers, which I mentioned at the start.
Yeah, we'll reread that because now with the different rules, we have to check if it's actually taking off the area terrain rule, or there's so many terrain rules.
Stay right there. I get the book.
Okay, let's get this. Let's do this.
Curse to Spoilers. Use the stratagem after the deployment, but before the first battle round begins, which I am doing. If a word bearer's unit from your army is on the battlefield, which they are, select one terrain feature other than a fortification. Units entirely on or within that terrain feature do not gain the benefit of cover to their saving throws. So
saving throws. So that would be different.
That won't be the -1 for them.
-1 for them. So it's no point doing it because it's not my saving throw. It's just a -1 to hit. If the last bit wouldn't have said to your saving throws, I guess you would have just deducted every rule the terrain has.
Yes,
but no. But basically, that one's for ruins. Basically.
Yeah.
So which we actually marked as industrial terrain, which doesn't have it. Yeah, sadly.
I'll be over here.
Okay. So now, DC, come back.
Okay.
Now, we do have to roll off to see who goes first.
Oh, I've got Standfast Studio dice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Benji.
Benji, go and follow him. Standfast Studios on Instagram. Awesome painter. He's actually the guy painting Shaggy's Ultramarines.
He is.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my rainbow dice.
These again.
These don't roll less than a 5, by the way. Okay, maybe they do. So a 3 from me, and let's see what DC.
So Benji and the Dark Gods.
Yeah, it's a 1. So I can choose to go first or second. I'm obviously playing Space Marines, so I'm obviously going first. Catch you back after movement.
End of the movement phase for the Crimson Fist, and well, we say movement. The bull himself, the Leviathan, has moved off the objective, and the reason being is because you can't score in the first battle round, so he would just be sitting there and he was out of range, so he wanted to move along. But the benefit is, 9th, is that he can move as a vehicle and not suffer the penalty for his heavy weapons.
Yeah,
which
only infantry do it, by the way.
Makes Pardo very happy.
Oh, it's such a good rule.
It's very good.
Such a good rule.
The rest of them have remained stationary. Basically, the idea is to hammer my line, see what's remaining, and then move out after that onto the objectives, etc. Now, I'm actually going to quickly do my prayers. As it stands, guys, we don't know, because not the full rules have come out yet, we don't know if prayers are going to be in the command phase, in which case I can no longer do it before the battle begins, or it will be the command phase itself, or I can do it as normal.
I actually think that the command phase will have all those things in it, like orders and for guard and prayers and stuff like that. It just makes sense because you don't forget things like prayers, because you remember that it's just in the command phase where you can do it. So
no, I agree. But as the moment, we will continue as it states.
I did get a CP for my command phase, by the way. So you get a CP every command phase.
You do. I should be on 9.
Okay. Cheating already?
Cheating already. Because I didn't spend my 2 CP for Curse to Spoilers.
Yeah, we checked that. Yeah.
Really annoyed me. So Malik is going to cast his 2 prayers because he is Apostle of the Dark Council. We're going to do -1 to hit on the Lord Discordant, which goes off. That's a 4. By the way, shiny glitter Slaanesh dice.
Can't believe you're using them.
They're really cool. And then we're going to do, one I don't normally do, which is Dark Zealotry. And that's reroll hits for Legion units, which basically is the spiders and everything else around it. Because if they get in combat, then reroll hits is nice, and that's a 6. Okay. So that's my prayers done. I can't do prepared positions, which I may well would like to have done, but no. No. So that's the end of the movement phase, guys. We'll catch you back in the shooting phase. Wisdom of the Ancients has been used as we begin the shooting phase. The Leviathan striking in 2.
So I'm splitting the shots. I'm splitting the shots. So one's going into the Venom Crawler. Actually, no. We pre-measured, right? So I was in range of the 2 decimators. Yeah. So one's going to go into the left, and the other one's going to go into the right one. Okay. So I'll go the first one into the left one. All right. 10 shots hitting on 2s because there's no penalty for moving anymore, and rerolling 1s. Okay. So reroll 1. With my rainbow dice. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. It just makes me smile. Look at them. It's so good. Looks so nice. Okay. And my strength is 7. Your toughness is 7. So 4 is 2. Do you mind if I should have used, or I've planned to use +1 to wound when I'm firing at vehicles. Makes sense. But it's only 1 vehicle. So what I'll do is I'll do it on the next shot because I have to apply it on one of them. Okay. It's 2 CP. So these wound on 4s. Yep. Okay, so that's a very good roll actually. How many is there? 3, 6, 7 wounds. 7 wounds. Okay. Minus? -3 because it's a heavy doctrine. Alright, demon save for Slaanesh. Ooh, okay, save 3. Okay. 4 go through. These are damage 3 each, sorry to say. Because of my super doctrine. 3, 6. 9. I can't do anything even if... What's that? Do they have 9? 8 wounds. Yeah, 8 wounds. Okay, so he's gone. Yeah. Does he blow up? First strike. For you? Even though you don't get first strike anymore. Oh, you don't get it. Yeah, last report we were saying like slay the Warlord first strike, and we were like, no, you have to get it as a second. Yeah. Which is cool. So he's gone? So he's gone, yeah. And then the next 10 shots, I'm paying 2 CP to actually fire at him. So he'll be wounding at 3s. It's one of the Imperial Fist ones, Stratagems. Okay. And so I'll just drop it before we forget. Drop it another 2. So excellent. Okay. Here we go. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling. That's okay. And then looking for 3s here. That's that amount. Easier just to roll these. 5 ups. Nope, he's gone also. He's gone, yeah. Does he blow up? Yeah. He does not. He does not. This is what I was talking about in the beginning, in the introduction. Like, Leviathans are now even better. We spoke about it. Points aren't what the new points will be, and I'm sure points will go up much more on both the Leviathan and the Storm Cannons, as I mentioned at the beginning. Just in case you missed it, I do talk about the Leviathan and how strong it actually is now, especially with these guns, where if I get tagged, I can just shoot at whatever's tagging me, which is bonkers. Okay. So I'll carry on shooting. Okay. What I'll do is I'll do these 4 las cannons into your other. Okay, into this guy? Yep. Okay. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling everything. Okay, so that's a miss. Drop 1. And wounding on 3s. 3 wounds. -4. So 3 wounds. 5 ups. Grab us some dice, guys. Okay, 3 wounds. 5 up demon save. Saved 1, so 2 go through. Do you want to say reroll one of those because these are d6 +1 on this turn? Oh, yeah. So you should. I probably should. Well, I've got the CP. Hey. So okay, just 1. So d6 +1. I will reroll this command. Okay. So yeah, that's the 7, and I go down to 6. So he's got 1 wound left. Okay. I'll leave that 1 wound for the smaller arms fire. So what I'll do next is I'll fire my other Mortis Contemptor into... You can target him, by the way. That's why I put the -1 on him. Because he's over 10 wounds. Yeah, but he can't charge me, right, this turn because he's too far away. No, but he gives +1 to hit on all of those guys. On all the spider babies. And what were my decimators? Yeah. Yeah, I've seeked revenge. Those were nasty against me last time. Remember against Blood Angels?
Yeah, I
It decimated me. What did it tell? Decimated me. So basically, the Crimson Fist have come to basically seek revenge on their fallen Blood Angel brothers. Okay, so I'll go for the Disco Lord then, I guess.
I would.
I'll go for the Disco Lord. Okay. So 4 shots hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 3s because of the -1.
Yes, very true. All hits.
Okay.
And wounding on 3s. No lieutenants, and this is why I should take lieutenants.
Oh!
This is why I should take lieutenants.
That is
naughty Pardo.
Naughty Pardo indeed. He has a 5-up. No, he doesn't make it.
Can't reroll, so D6 +1 is the 7 again. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky.
I'll just put that here, guys.
Yeah, we'll get the yellow dice out now.
Yeah.
Cool.
My favourite dice, the yellow ones, the wound ones.
The wound ones.
All right.
I'll have a think about what I'm shooting next because I'll split fire most of the other units.
All right, sounds good. We'll catch you back in a moment. Okay, we've decided we're going to split fire here with the intercessors. Their Stalker Bolt rifles going to be flying into my Decimator and my Lord Discordant. I've got my wound dice ready to go.
5 and 5. No, 5 and 4. Sorry. So I'm going to go 4 into the wounded 1 wound dreadnoughts. It's not dreadnoughts. It's decimators. Yeah. And obviously, I've decided, not we have decided, because DC doesn't want me to fire at them. He said we, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we both decide. That's fine. Okay, so I'll go these 4 shots into him.
Yeah.
Hoping to remove him from play. Rerolling everything because of Chapter Master.
Of course.
Okay, that's 3 hits. And wounding on 5s. No wounds.
Ooh.
Okay, next up we've got 5 shots into the Disco Lords. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. And that's an extra hit there because of that 6.
Of course it is.
Sorry. This is my face. Sorry, too bad. 5s. And that's 3. -3 on these.
Let me grab some dice from my dice corner.
How many wounds have you got left?
He has 5 wounds left.
5 wounds left. Okay, so you can fail 2 and still be alive. No, you can't.
Demon save?
Yeah, I mean that these are damage 3 each.
Of course they are.
So
right.
You have to pass 2 basically.
We're going to do it. We're not going to do it. We didn't pass a single one.
And you can't
He's dead
anyway. So does he blow up?
He doesn't actually blow up.
Ah, yes, true. I always say the same. That's but Chris uses 2.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Does he blow up?" No, he doesn't. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then like 5 minutes later, the other one blew up. I'm like, "Blow up?" And he's like, "They don't blow up. They don't blow up."
Weird though, because they probably should.
Yeah, they probably should actually. Yeah. So the next thing is, I've made a mistake because I hid these to get the cover, to get the -1 to hit from this. But actually a couple can't see anything.
Good.
So these 2 can't see anything.
Okay.
And then the rest can actually see everything. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys are gonna go into this guy that they can see. And this guy that's behind this what are these? What would you call these things?
Chimneys.
Chimneys. Can't fire that one, so he'll just fire at the
okay.
Again, whatever its name is.
Decimator.
Demon thing.
Decimator.
Okay, so we'll go into the Decimator first. Hitting on 3s. That's an extra shot from that guy because he's really good at shooting. He's really good at shooting. Looking for 5s. That's
got
1 5.
I need a
Demon
5.
save. If not, he's gone as well. He's gone as well!
He's gone as well!
The crowd goes wild!
Right, we're gonna see if he explodes. He does not either.
I just want to mention that you can't re-roll that anymore. So if you've got a 6 and it explodes, you actually can't do it because there's a certain list of things you can actually use that re-roll for, which is really cool.
That is very, very cool.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go, so 3 gone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's going into the left.
My right, this one.
Go right to the
so my spider babies.
Re-rolling entirely.
Space Marines
and
don't really miss
that one's an extra. No, we were talking off camera about that. It's just they could skip the shooting phase and just go straight into wounds.
Yeah,
like disgusting. Okay, looking for 5s here, and that's just 1.
Just 1. All right, 5 up. Hey!
So the spider babies are alive. He's out of range, so that actually finishes my. If you've skipped the intro, even though it's WYSIWYG should have the missiles on it. I didn't have points to that because we have just 1,500 points.
I told him to rip it off.
Yeah, and I said no.
But he said no.
Yeah, Barry wouldn't be, my painter wouldn't be very happy about that. Okay, so yeah, that's my shooting phase gone.
Okay, well, some of my dead there.
Yeah.
I need to
we can cut off and we can talk about my secondaries if you want, when I check them.
I'm just going to cut off. Schoolboy Pardo, he's got his little book there.
Yeah, you need a little book, guys, at the moment. Hopefully an app comes out where you can actually score the secondaries, but at the moment it's cool. You can just flick it around, get your pen, put it on your ear, you know, that kind of stuff.
A bookie.
So my secondaries, bring it down, it's at the end of the battle, but I'm already scoring a lot of points because if I'm taking down things with monsters and vehicles, which I've taken 4 out already, because the Lord Discordant is a vehicle as well, I'm scoring a lot of points, but we don't score that till the end. Attrition is the same, it's at the end, we score at the end, and engage all fronts is I have to be in 3 table quarters, which I hope to be scoring that. Wholly within as well, which is something different to ITC if you play ITC, and the other actually different thing is that you can't be within 6 inches of the center, which ITC doesn't have it either. So that's 2 changes to a secondary that ITC have. But they've just made it a bit better where you have to be wholly within and not just touching and can't be, you know, people used to center a couple of units in the middle and just split them up and they'll be capturing the 4. So yeah, and then engage all fronts I'll probably start doing as from turn 2 when my reserves come in. So no secondaries from me, though I've done a lot of damage, no secondaries and no primary points at the moment. So yeah, I've got 0 points, but I'm happy with the damage output I've done. I'm sorry.
Bet you are. I'm sorry. Sensei. Okay, right, so let's regroup our forces and we'll catch you back at the start of Wordbearer's turn 1 in the movement phase.
Yes. Right. Here we go, turn 1 for the Wordbearers, movement finished. DC is feeling very nervous.
Nope.
I can sense it.
Nope.
No?
Not nervous.
Cool.
It's just hot in here.
Proper Wordbearer session then. Okay, so what happens here is we've got some cultists just scrambling and advancing on this side of this ruin, just being unnoticed there, because remember they are obscuring, meaning that they can't be seen. This one's have advanced, right?
Yeah, so this guy's advanced.
Yep.
And I'll be spending some
CP,
which I explain in a moment.
Okay.
These guys have just moved up. He actually advanced and got a 6. And these guys also advanced as well.
Perfect. Something I just want to make note of is that DC left his character there, and I had to remind him that I would be able to target him next turn with the new character targeting rules. So he's moved it up when now he's within 3 inches from that vehicle, so he can't be targeted unless I actually kill that vehicle now.
But if you kill that vehicle, I'm pretty much in trouble.
Yes. Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
Okay, these guys have moved up.
Yep, they haven't advanced. They've just
again,
moved.
Hiding away, making good use of these. Remember, this one is an obscuring. Remember, this is a what do you call it? We used it as a
it's
dense terrain, industrial, which is the dense terrain.
But yeah, true. But I didn't want to advance them because they would just be completely.
Yeah, I think they're still blocking line of sight with most of the stuff. Yeah. But we'll get into that if I have to actually shoot them. And lastly, they've stayed put. And what's happened here is his secondary.
We're raising the banners!
He's raising his banner, as you can see. He's already raised his banner. So what we're using these Warhammer World coins to just place on top of objectives if they're being raised. So at the beginning of his next command phase, or at the end of his next command phase, if he still has this raised, he'll get 1 CP, and if it's still raised by the end of the game,
1 victory point.
1 victory point, sorry. If he still has it at the end of the game, he'll gain an extra command point there.
CP, victory point. You keep saying command point.
Why do I see?
I don't know.
I think I actually said that a couple of times in the last report. Yeah. Victory points.
Victory point. I've got a CP back, but I'm going to be spending a bunch of CP now.
Okay, you got 1 back because of the command phase.
Yes.
And you're going to be spending...
I will be. Well, I can tell people now, but you have to do it during the shooting phase.
Okay.
I'll be spending a CP on Demon Forge and a CP on Blasphemous Machine, so the guy in front can reroll hits and wounds, and he doesn't suffer the penalties of advancing.
Okay.
Because he has assault weapons.
Yep.
And then basically they did that because he can actually buff these 2 with the reroll ones.
Okay.
And they didn't advance, so I kind of thought, well, that's the best for him. Mm-hmm. And then I'll be spending another CP for him to charge afterwards. But psychic phase first.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so Cursed Earth first to give these guys a fort vulnerable.
Yes.
Desperately needed.
These two guys, right? Or...
Yeah, these two vehicles here.
Okay, because he's out of range.
Okay. Yeah,
is it 6 inches only?
It might be him as well, actually.
Yeah, because he's demon.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, 6 inches. I need basically anything but a 1. Oh no, wait, that's 6. I get +1 for 7.
Okay,
because he has
7.
He has the malefic tone.
Yes, true. Yeah. Okay.
So
that's a pass.
That's a pass. And then
we're about to reroll 1 dice, right?
I was about to.
Remember, you have to reroll both for command points.
Ah, yes. Now.
Yeah. So that command point
it's like a great learning section for 9.
Yeah, it is. You actually reroll both dice, not 1.
Or I can do my hexagrammatic ward, which is your auto pass it. It's a word bearers thing, but I wouldn't do that anyway. Because right now we're going to do Infernal Power on a 6. Ooh, lovely.
Yes, that's
so that goes off.
Okay, which is a 12 basically.
Yeah, and that's a rerolls to hit and to wound of 1s for him. Yeah. And we're actually going to spend a CP right now.
Bye, Mr. CP.
Bye, Mr. CP. And we're going to use the Great Sorcerer because he is Mark of Tzeentch.
Yeah.
And we're going to cast another power. I have Sacrifice, but I don't need that anymore because of you. So we're now going to just smite him.
Okay.
Because he's the closest.
Yep, let's do this.
Smite him. That's actually a pass because of the +1.
Yep, that's fine. So D3 mortal wounds.
D3.
That's just 1. Do you want to reroll that? Or is it not worth it?
It's not worth it.
Okay, so 1 mortal wound onto him. Do you want to mark him? Just mark a 1 so we know we're going the other way around.
1 wound left.
Okay, so that's the end, right? So movement over, command phase over, which we don't have to mention. Psychic phase over. We'll catch you back for this shooting phase. Pow, pow, pow phase. Let's see how this goes. Very important for you to actually do as much damage.
Winding the dice up.
Yeah.
Winding up. Now,
yeah.
People in the last report with the where I used my decimators and the blood angels, a lot of people commented saying like, "Wow, they are like ridiculously powerful. Are you doing them correctly?"
Yeah. That's funny how they say it.
Yeah.
You can't be using them.
Yeah. Right. And then they themselves have gone and looked it up, and you can. It's disgusting. And this is a really good example of yes, they're overpowered, but they're actually quite fragile. They're only 8 wounds. They got a 5 up invulnerable save, and there are a lot of points. So if you invest in them, like I have, and they are a core part of this army, when they do well, they just tear through armies, especially Marines. However, when they do badly, or when Marines get there first, that's 630 points going on my list already.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
We talk about this a lot. They're really good when they actually perform. But if you're going second against a gun line and like now they've just that's 600 and what?
30 points?
Wow.
Like 210 points each.
Wow, that's a lot of points removed from play early on.
Which is why I don't have much shooting here.
Yeah.
Obviously the decimators would have been pumping out a lot of mortal wounds.
Yeah, like things would have been dying. Like units would have been removed from play with the decimators in there.
So I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really smiling. You don't see me, but I've got a really nice smile behind this camera. Okay, so let's go into shooting. No more chatting about. Let's go into the venom crawlers. Spider babies. Here we go.
Spider babies. So, excruciating cannons. 2d3. We're going to go. Good question. We're probably going to pop them in here.
Okay.
Only because it's -1 to hit there.
Yeah.
They're only hitting on 4s now anyway.
Okay.
I can actually do some damage on him potentially.
Perfect.
Because they're strength 9 weapons at the moment because of the Great Obsessed. So, first guy, we'll do the one in front. He has 4 shots. Rerolling hits and wounds here because of Demon Forge. I've spent my CP, by the way.
Okay.
So I'll spend those.
Did you know that there's no, like for plasma and stuff, you don't get them, if you have a -1 to hit and stuff like that,
yeah.
You don't know. It's a random place to say it, but it's just come to my head.
Yeah.
And it's good for the viewers to actually hear it. If you've got like a -1 to hit before you were overcharging and you would blow up on 1s and 2s, now it's unmodified. Now it's unmodified 1s. So even if you have a -3, you would just die from overcharging on 1s.
That makes sense.
So your what do you call them? Your decimators, which have
only on 1 now,
which would only have a 1,
sense.
even if there's -1, -2, and all that.
Yeah, and he means, guys, if you don't know, that decimators on a roll of a 1 on their weapon, the soul burner, they damage themselves.
Yeah.
But it was really annoying because people went like, "Oh, I've got a -3 to shoot them," and then it ended up like 1s, 2s, and 3s did damage on it. It's just stupid, but that's really good. Anyway, 4 shots. He is re-rolling and at no minus, so this is 4s. Because of the CP I spent, so lucky I spent it. 3 hits, and this is strength 9 into these guys, so it's 3s to wound. Oh, and all 3 have gone through.
Perfect. Okay, -2, right, on these?
-2 damage D3.
Okay, so I do have 2 up save. No, I've got a 3 up save on the Mortis. +2, so I've got 5 ups. 2 go through. Are they damage D3?
They are damage D3.
Okay, let's see what the damage is.
Okay, first one is a 1.
Yep.
Second one
is
2.
3 damage in
3
total
damage.
there. Isn't there a stratagem where you can reroll hits and wounds?
That's what I just did.
Oh, that's what you just did.
Yeah, that's why I was re-rolling them.
Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that was Demon Forge and Blasphemous Chains.
Demon Forge, that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
So he didn't get any minuses. Now these guys just
so 3
moved.
wounds on him for now.
Yeah, 3 wounds. We're going to target him again anyway.
Yeah, just
with the next spider baby.
Okay.
This one, Marvin.
Marvin.
Yeah, just named him now.
Nice.
Right, 2d3 for him. Oh, nice. 3, 4, 5 shots.
Okay.
Maybe I should re-roll the other one, but don't want to burn through my CP. It's going to be a long game. This is re-rolling 1s, hitting on 4s. Oh, look at that. It's all coming up Millhouse. Now, this is wounding on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, so 3 wounds again.
3 wounds. Okay, looking for 5 ups here. 2 go through again.
2d3. Oh!
Nice 6. So they've got 10 wounds actually, these guys.
So you've got 1 wound left.
So 1 wound left. Let me just double check they've got 10 wounds before we carry on firing, just in case you want to target something else, and we'll catch you back in a sec.
Come on.
Okay. So yeah, they do have 10 wounds, so 1 wound remaining on him.
I'm going to shoot him because I've only got 1 spider baby left.
Okay, spider babies.
Let's do this. Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
4 shots, I'll take that. So 4s re-rolling 1s. Lucky for the re-roll. Yeah, 2 hits. Okay, here we go. Re-rolling 1s. Luckily, that's 1 wound so far. That's 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Don't get any 5s, or I will.
They're normally strength 8s, by the way, but the Greater Possessed has given him the +1. I do need a Greater Possessed for the children of the world.
You really, really do.
I really, really do.
I've got another 4 in the house, so I can give you one if you want.
Yeah, paint it for me as well. Okay, here we go. 5 ups.
Yay!
Does he blow up? No.
Oh, I saw the 6 for a second.
Okay, so dead. Mortis Contemptor removed from play. DC is a bit happier now.
I get my first strike as well.
No, you don't.
I do.
Ah, yes, you
I
do have first strike. Yay! 5. That's 5 CP.
And it's not CP. It's victory points.
Oh my god!
Victory points.
Something I say in 9th edition all the time. So 5 victory points, 5 VP. For you already. And if you kill more than me this turn, which is going to be very difficult, you would have gained another 3.
Well, I'm going to charge you in a minute and eat you with my spider. So
okay, yeah, happy. Okay, is that the end of your shooting phase?
That's it. There's no one else can shoot.
Yeah,
I mean, they can't see anything.
Okay, so we'll catch you back for the charge phase. Okay, the rainbow dice are out again. 1 CP spent to Overwatch you. We nearly forgot.
Yeah, we did.
So it's a really good addition to it. It's really good.
I like it a lot.
But what's not nice is that Tau always Overwatch. At least you can tag them and they can't fall back and shoot with a fly keyword.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay, so I'm going to do this 2 batches of 10. So looking for 6s here. Okay, that's just 1.
Do you get extra hits for that?
No, only bolts weapons.
Okay, good.
And some more 6 rolls here, that's 3. That's not bad. And now I wound on 4s. Are you not? What's your toughness? Is it 7? Okay, yeah. So no wounds actually. Ouch.
Nice. Okay. 4-inch charge.
Yep.
I spent my CP for my
charging off
infernal engines. Yeah. Ooh.
Easy. Okay, is that the only thing that's charging?
Yeah, that's the only thing that's charging. Nothing else can charge.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll catch you back for the fight phase.
Okay, we're back.
And what DC's done, he's moved him a bit more because he did have a better roll, a nice long roll to do that. And we've just measured, and he is in range. He is 9 inches away.
He's 10 inches away, so 9-inch charge.
Because.
So he's 10 inches away.
Okay, he's more than he's less than 10 inches.
Correct.
Okay. So here we go. 9-inch charge on him. No Overwatch.
No Overwatch, but give it a go.
No, that's a double 1. Not even with a. Oh, you can reroll both dice. Remember now. So if you use a command page to roll, you roll both dice. So it's much better because there's always a possibility of rolling a 9.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Why not? Down to 3 CP. I get 1 head back every turn anyway.
Yeah.
And this turn needs to be all or nothing. Come on. No.
Okay, so that's another...
All right, cut. We won't do that bit.
That's a really cool thing, addition as well. So if you get a double 1, you can still reroll the full dice.
That is cool. And that would have been good because he would have given him a +1 to his strength, which means strength 9, which is wounding on 3s.
Okay, so down to 3 CP now, DC.
Yeah, because I've spent a CP already in anticipation for Demon Forge. Again, so I can reroll hits and wounds because I need to really punch this guy.
Yes, really punch him.
Like really punch him.
Like really.
Like really punch him.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm hitting on 4s. And I'm re-rolling because of Demon Forge. No death to the False Emperor for his machines, which is a bit of a shame. And then I'm wounding on, so I'm strength 8 now, and your toughness is 8, right?
Yes.
So 4s. And then re-rolling. Nope. So 3 wounds. This is -3, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I do have a 4-up invulnerable anyway. So 2 go through. Damage?
6 damage.
And how many do you have left?
He has 13 left, and I've got my 2 soul flayers as well.
Ah, yes, true. So they're fine. I'll make those 2 go through. Okay. That's fine. D3 on these or damage 3? You said.
So that was damage 3. Yeah, so it's 6 in total.
Okay,
now I'm going to do my.
I'll take that.
Now I'm going to do my 2 claws. 2 hits.
Yep.
And then these are, I think they're just strength user. Okay. So this would be 5s.
Yeah.
So reroll for Demon Forge.
No, just one. Is it minus?
-2.
-2. So 4 up.
2 damage.
That's a pass.
Ah.
Okay, so just 6 on him. I attack back now with my 2 attacks +1 for being charged. Hitting on. Am I still on my top bracket? How many wounds do I have left?
You have 9 left, I believe.
Yes, so still on my top brackets. Okay, so 2 hits.
Oh wait, no.
Oh. I've lost 7 wounds.
7 in total.
I'm 7. So no, so I wouldn't be hitting on. Shall I just reroll? I don't remember what I rolled.
Roll again.
Just reroll.
Me and my terrible math there.
So 3 is to hit. 1 hit. And wounding on strength 8, so 3 is to wound. 1 wound. No minus in this.
Oh, okay. 3 up. Hey, that's a 5.
Okay, cool. So he's passed, and that's about it. Basically, that finishes off your turn.
It does, yeah.
Now you do score some points, so we'll go into that coming up next. Okay, so we've finished now counting points, DC, with this little notepad here. Let's see what he has. That's a very cool point there.
I've got one.
You should highlight it with a highlighter marker.
I've got that one. pretty sure I'm doing that one alright.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Attrition we both have.
Yes.
And it means that whoever kills more is going to get those 4 points. I have killed more than you.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I score 4 points this turn, which we have to mark. You don't score the raising the banner till your next command phase.
No, so I've completed the action at the end of my turn. So I have raised the banner, hence the chaos icon.
Yes.
But my next command phase is when I get the point.
Yeah. It's really weird that they say you've raised it, but you're not scoring it to the end of command phase. So what I believe is that there's going to be a lot of flavor and codexes where if you are raising the banner and you're a troop choice, you score an additional one at the end of your movement phase and stuff like that. Maybe. I'm just thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
And then what was your other one?
My other one is
Yeah,
attrition.
we've gone over that one.
That one, raise the banner high and first strike, which I did get.
Which you get, and you got 5 points.
5 points. For that.
You didn't kill more than me, so you didn't get the extra 3.
I was so close.
Okay, cool. So, but you do score points here for primary because you are capturing 1.
You don't score on the first turn.
Ah, no. It's good DC is here. I'm making mistakes already. Okay, cool. I'm happy then. Bye-bye, notepad. Catch you back after my movement turn 2.
And we're back. End of the movement phase for the Crimson Fists. We've had Captain Pardo, Smashy Captain. He's deployed over here. Of course, he hasn't come in from strategic reserve, so he can just deep strike 9 inches away anywhere on the board as normal. However, over here, we have had some strategic reserves come in on this table edge. Some intercessors have waltzed over. Perfect range here to shoot my brave Chaos Space Marines. And that's it for movement, guys. We actually haven't moved anything else. The Leviathan is still in combat, and you'll probably soon see why. And the intercessors and the whole army, the contemptors, just stayed put.
As sad as it is, there's no point in me moving forward because the damage output they can perform, and it's in a point in the game where I don't really have to go looking for objectives, sadly, because I did too much damage. So yeah, basically I'm staying put.
You are. And just to mention that the war suit is still in strategic reserves.
Leviathan. Ah, yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the Leviathan is still in.
Yeah, he's still in combat. I've mentioned that, yeah.
Mentioned this as well.
And I've mentioned that.
Pardo.
I didn't.
Okay, I was just looking at some of my stratagems.
Okay.
So I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, he wasn't paying attention.
Schoolboy era.
So let's move straight on to the shooting phase. That's all explained and done. So we'll let you pick your targets, and we'll catch you back.
I get a remember, guys. I get a command point.
Oh, command phase.
Command phase. So I'm up to 6 again.
Let's do it in real time.
And for this mission, Frontline Warfare, it's Frontline Warfare, I think we're playing. Yeah, Frontline Warfare.
Yeah.
You score at the end of your command phase. I'm not capturing any objectives, so I have not scored any points this time.
This is true, and I might be able to pinch them if I can survive.
Yeah.
Well, this one. But I doubt it. Anyway, so that's the move phase done, guys. Some cheeky shenanigans on the one flank and business as usual on the other. We'll catch you back once he's picked his targets and got some dice. Oh, and we're starting off with these cheeky intercessors coming in off tactical reserves, and they're going to be piling in to my Chaos Space Marines with their bolters. And Mr. Pardo is spending some CP.
Yeah, 2 CP on bolter fire. So again, I generate an extra hit on 6s apart from my normal extra hit on 6s.
So it's 2 hits apart.
Yes. I'm really liking the tactical reserves.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Create so much diversity in the game already. Like, you still have something in reserve which wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
And these guys have come in from one edge. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, so let's begin the shooting in earnest.
Yeah. -1 to hits because they are heavy weapons.
Okay.
And they've moved, obviously, because it is stated something really cool. It's stated that if you come from strategic reserves, you move your full distance.
Yeah.
So if there's rules that say you move less than half, you get double shots and all that, and people were always questioning about if they get it because I've just moved this. No, now it specifically says even if you move 2 inches or 1 inch, you've moved your full distance.
It's very, very true.
Okay, so I'm hitting on 4s now.
Okay.
And no 6s. Of
Yay!
course, no 6s.
Yay!
2 CP all the way. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, look, there's a 6! Suddenly.
As if by magic.
Okay, looking for 4s here.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
-2 because we're in the tactical now. Forced to be in the tactical, so -2.
So 5 ups for me?
Yeah, and there's no cover because obviously I can point a line through it without being tactical.
That's 3 dead.
That's 3 dead, yeah, damage 2 anyway.
Ooh,
so.
1, 2, 3. Oh dear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's do some more shots from the other squad of intercessors. So this squad of intercessors, actually let's do the Contemptor first, the Mortis Contemptor first.
Okay, the Contemptor.
So I'm going to go for this Spider Baby, hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Oh, 1 fail. And wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Now I do have a 4 up.
I'm going to re-roll this one.
Okay.
Okay. Hit 2A3.
So that's 3 wounds. I have a 4 up vulnerable save thanks to my Master of Possession, Cursed Earth. And it did nothing.
Ooh.
It did
You're back to your rolling.
Yes,
and I'm back to my rolling, my good rolling.
It feels good.
This is normal. I roll well, he rolls bad. Yeah.
Do I spend a CP?
It's D6 damage.
Yeah, I need to.
Oh, you need to.
Nothing else is... I need him because otherwise I'll start shooting at Malik.
Yeah.
And Malik doesn't like to be shot at. Nope.
No. Did you move it down already?
No. Down to 2.
3-2. You do get 1 back, so back to 3 up.
That is very... I do like that about
you. Yeah,
you.
I do like it. You always have something to
Yes.
use, even if it's a reroll. But you always have something, which is
like
good. Okay, so
3d6.
3 went through, right?
Yeah, 3d6 damage.
4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how I counted that.
Alright, that's
6, 8. Oh no, it's 10.
10. Right, so does he blow up?
Is he 10 wounds only?
Yeah, he's 10 wounds.
Is he? I thought he was 12. Do you want to check that?
And we're back. Not only does he have 10 wounds, he also blew up on a 5 up. So
how can they blow up on a 5 up?
I guess
Is there a fluff Is there something in the
fluff? They're just built out of like demonic infernal energies. So I imagine when it blows up.
Do the other stuff like the demon engines blow in 5s as well?
Some things do, some things don't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, these do. I thought they did, and unfortunately,
you can't reroll that dice.
I can't.
No.
I'm just going to
basically explodes.
D3 wounds on Malik. That's just 1 on him.
Yep, the little kids.
On his Dark Disciples.
Little kids. AKA little, also known as little kids.
Just 1, so 1 of them is dead. I'll take the bookman because Malik's holding the book. He doesn't need him. Master of Possession. Oh, it takes 3.
Down to
so
1.
He's down to 1. 5 wounds on him. So we've got 1 wound on the Greater Possessed.
Okay.
And then we've got.
Is it 6 inches? Is it 6 inches?
Oh, that'll definitely hit him anyway.
Yeah.
So they're only like 4 inches apart.
Okay, and it's not 3 inches, right? It's going to be just in case.
Just in case. So you got 2 on him, so I'll put him down to 8 years.
I would check if it's the blast is 6 inches and not 3 or something, because they're tiny. They're less than 12 wounds, so it could be a possibility that the blast is just a bit smaller. Un poquito más chico. Chico.
All right, we'll catch you back in a second. It was 6 inches.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I'm constantly blubbering in, as if I'm a good chaos player or something. I'm like, no.
So he's removed. I don't want to remove him.
I know. This now. Pain is coming. Okay, so it's actually pretty cool that this has happened, because we get an insight of a really cool, one of the new, really new game-changing rules of character targeting. So. There's no more than 3 models in a unit within 3 inches of him, meaning that he can't, and there's no vehicle within 3 inches of the character either, meaning that I can now target him as normal.
Oh dear.
Cha-ching. Okay, so what's happening now is they are still fine because there is still a vehicle within 3 inches, vehicle or monster.
Yes, and they are not the closest because of the Venom Crawler.
And they're not the closest because
but he,
that stays the same.
Closer,
yeah, that still stays the same. The closest is always that.
It does, but
if he would be off, I could shoot at him.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, or we would have to pre-measure because there's some cultists there hiding away on that side.
But the point being that because he's on his own now, even though that Venom Crawler there is closer in 8, that means you wouldn't be able to shoot him. But now, he's free to go.
Even though there's a model there, you need to have 3 or more. Models of infantry maybe, or I don't know what it is, but you basically have to have more than 3 models surrounding him. Okay, so these guys are going to target, I'm going to do split fire a bit, so what I'm going to do is 2 shots into the little kids, 4 shots into Malik, and 4 shots into the Master of Possessed. Okay, so
into who? Into him?
Yeah, Master Possessed, right?
You can shoot him?
No, I can't shoot him. Yeah, sorry. So 6 shots to Malak. I'll do that into Malak. So 2, 4, 6, 7 into Malak, and 2 into
the Dark Disciple.
Dark Disciple. Okay, here we go. Hitting on 3s, rerolling everything because of Captain Nick. Oh, that's a fail.
Can't shoot him, you won't kill him.
And wounding on, what's his toughness, 2?
3, he's a normal human.
Okay. Wounds, so -2, so he's dead because they're 6 up save. And then these going into Malak. I'm so happy, I'm finally killing Malak. This is the guy that normally uses that stupid rule where if you are behind an enemy unit, you can't be targeted. And he just stands there waving his little book. Do this! Do that! Prayer here! Prayer. And I can't kill him because he's like in the other side of the battlefield in a ruin covered by 400 cultists. Yay! I'm so happy. Okay, so I'm finally killing him.
Yeah, go on.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling everything. Okay, no 6s for extra shots. And wounding on, is that fine?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, so take this off, so 4 wounds, -2.
4 wounds, he has a 4 up invulnerable save. Sigil of Corruption. For the Dark Gods. Oh. How many wounds is that?
That's 6 wounds.
I'm going to spend a CP.
Why? How many wounds has he got left?
Well, 3 wounds apiece.
Oh, 2 wounds apiece.
Well, I have something called a hexagrammatic ward.
Okay.
And after I've rolled a dice, my saving throw, I can choose to change it to a 6.
Okay.
For a CP.
Okay.
And then that means that he's only suffered 4 wounds.
Yes.
And he survives because he's got 5.
Yes, you don't have to re-roll anything.
Oh wait, I need to check. Does he have 4 or 5? Malik never gets shot.
Yeah, check that. That's important.
No! He's got 4 wounds.
I killed Malik. This is a special day. What day is it today? The 3rd of July 2000. That will be remembered forever.
It's my birthday next week.
Probably engrave it somewhere. My watch or something.
It's my
Give it to you for your birthday. Bye-bye, Malik. Finally, he's killed. So yeah.
That's Slay the Warlord, not that you get that.
Not that I get it, but it's cool to actually mention sometimes that you've killed the Warlord and stuff, fluff-wise.
Is it?
Is it? Okay, so next up we've got these guys firing. They'll go into the Venom Crawler, obviously.
Okay.
I do have to do 1, 2, 3. That doesn't see, and then DC. So 1 doesn't see. So 8 shots.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what this does. Okay, what I'm gonna do is spend 2 CP.
Did you put mine back up, by the way?
Yeah, you have 2, but you'll be on 3 next turn anyway.
Excellent.
And what I'm gonna use is what's it called again? Tank Hunters. That's the one. Tank Hunters for 2 CP. So +1 to wound on him.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling entirely. Thank God. Okay, and I get an extra hit for that 6 there.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. And then I would normally be wounding on 5s, but I get +1 to wound, so I'm wounding on 4s. There you go.
Just 3?
3 wounds.
Alright, 4 ups.
Yeah, 4 ups with a vulnerable save. No, so
just the 1.
4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah, damage to a pop.
Okay, down to 4 wounds. But still alive.
Still alive, yeah. 8, 9, 10. Okay, last thing to shoot.
Yes.
Is this guy. Now, another of the new rules. You can, if you're a vehicle or a monster, you can't target. If you can still shoot if you are in combat against the range. If your enemy is within range, what is it called? It's not range. It's engagement range, which is 1 inch. You can shoot if you are shooting heavy weapons. Blast weapons cannot be shot.
Well, they can, but you can select. So, for example, if that's a blast weapon, if that's a blast weapon, you can target that. However, you have to get rid of everything with engagement range to be able to use it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try that now. Will I try that? So that's 20 damage I could do. No, I'm not going to try that. I'm just going to try and get the Venom Crawler out the way.
Doesn't he have flamers?
Yes, he does have flamers. Wow.
Oh.
Well, did I use them before? I wasn't in range before. Okay, so thank you, DC.
That's okay.
That means that the flamers and one of the storm cannons is going to go into
my spider baby.
Your spider baby. And if I actually remove him from play, the other storm cannon is going to go into that. If not, this storm cannon, if I don't kill him, that storm cannon is no.
Can you imagine how epic that would be? That he's just flaming and pumping shots.
I tell you what, let's make it epic. So he's like, he's fine, blowing up things. Then this spider baby has just run up and like bashed against him. He's moved back like that, and now he's going to go nipple flamers. That's how cool it is. Okay, 10 shots. Coming in from the storm cannons at a -1, remember guys, so hitting on 4s now, because I do have 7 wounds, half bracket, so wounding on 4s. Should have moved my captain further up the field, but that's the mistakes you make. That's still a good number of shots there. Strength 7, toughness 7, wounding on 4s. 4 wounds at -2.
So I've only got 5 up here, they're not in the bubble of the master possession. And he's failed all of them. Okay, so that's damage to a pop, so 8 wounds, so 2 remaining on him. 2 remaining. And then the 2 flamers. Oh dear, shouldn't have reminded you. No, it shouldn't have, but it's good. Oh, it's the big 12! It's the big 12! Oh dear. It's the big 12. Love it. I'm back in action, guys! Rainbow dice! Looking for 5s here, because my strength is 6, or 5, my strength is 5. So... I think that was a roll as well, right? Yeah. So 4 again. No minus on these. 3 up. -1, sorry, -1. -1. So those 2 go through.
Yeah. So he's dead because he was on 2 wounds remaining.
Does he blow up?
Do you want? You can re-roll because you haven't re-rolled the dice yet.
That is true.
You haven't re-rolled the dice.
He would survive. That's probably a good bet. Okay.
He survives, because that means that I can't fire my other storm cannon into him now, because he's still in air.
Well, that saves me a lot.
That saved you a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there any more shooting you to do?
No shooting.
That was pretty epic, just pumping shots into that venom crawler. 1 wound left, oh dear. That's it, so have you scored any points?
I do want to charge and attack.
Sorry?
I do want to charge. Can we go into the charge phase?
Yeah, we'll cut off first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And have you think about it. Alright. So I had a conversation with Pardo, and I guess I let him have a charge and combat phase.
That was very nice of you, especially I think it's because you've been normally thrashing me, like you've proper been thrashing me the past couple of months.
Yeah,
months. So it's very nice of you. Thank you very much.
That's all right. I'm playing my Chaos Knights against you next.
Very much.
So we're going to start off with Captain Pardo himself, the avatar of our Captain Pardo, going straight into my cultists.
Yeah. Do you want to spend a CP to Overwatch?
No.
I'm asking, I'm being nice. You were nice with me. I just want to remind you. Okay, so here we go. I do need a 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, do I re-roll this for command points?
You've only got 2 left.
Yeah, I'll go down to 1.
Oh, he's doing it. He's re-rolling.
Re-roll the full thing, because remember, I didn't give any relics or any Warlord traits. I normally give him the Emperor's Sword, Imperium Sword, where he can re-roll for free, basically. Okay. Any of the dice, which would have been good, but here we go. 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's a failed charge. Okay, next up, I'm going these intercessors into here. They don't need to. You obviously can't Overwatch, so they'll be in. So I'll quickly move these guys in. There you go.
We're in trouble.
Yeah, you do need to take him out the way. Okay, and that's it. That's my charge phase.
That's everything done. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll grab some dice, tally up some attacks, and we'll catch you back in the fight phase.
Rainbow dice, rainbow dice, rainbow dice, rainbow dice.
Well, anyway,
look at
enough
this.
of that.
28 attacks coming from those intercessors. If Pedro Canto was there, 9 extra more. But Pedro Canto is sleeping at home. So here we go. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling everything because my chapter master that was a miss, is in range. Okay. Failed these.
They are nice dice.
They are really nice dice.
I like the rainbow.
Pardo dice.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow. Oh, I want to say that so much at events. Events, tournaments, against those competitive players. Taste the rainbow. Once they remove their Leviathan from playing. Wounding on 5s. That's not very good. Don't see a lot of 5s there.
Okay.
Okay, still. You're down to 1, right?
I am.
So 6 wounds.
And minus? No minus.
No minus, no minus.
So no 1s or 2s.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Does he blow up?
I hope so. Yay!
It does blow up!
It does blow up.
D3 mortal wounds.
D3 on the intercessors. Just
one, of course.
And D3 onto the Leviathan is 2.
Okay, so he's down to 5. I can take this off now.
And that's that. And Mr. Pardo obviously fails, so the cultists are laughing at him as they're raising that banner.
Yeah, something that we should mention now, because we're all learning here, is that the Venom Crawler would have been next to attack. Because normally in 8th edition, you had all your charging units attack first. Unless someone spends obviously 2 CP to intervene, and then you would go back to, if there's a combat before still going on, the player. It's the player's turn would obviously select the first unit to fight, but now it's not like that. The opposing player has that first unit striking, which is really cool because it makes the game a bit more defensive on the opposing turn. Now, so that means that you can actually strike with 2 units first in your opponent's turn. Your opponent can strike with 2 units before you, paying by 2 CP and striking before after the first one has charged, and then going before with the other attack, which is really good. Just want to mention that.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's very good to mention.
We're all learning.
We are indeed.
So yeah, he's off the table, and yeah, that's the end of my turn, DC.
Oh dear.
I score some points now. I do score points for having a unit entirely within 3 deployment edges. So Captain Smash Pardo, one of these units, and the intercessors on this side. And for attrition, I've killed 3 units at the moment, I believe.
You killed more than 3.
Have I? No, I've killed 1 venom crawler.
Oh, you mean this?
Oh no, yeah, 2 venom crawlers, the little boys, and
Dark Disciples
and Malak. Do I get 4 extra points for killing Malak? That's 4. Yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah. Alright. Word bearers, turn 2. Turn 2.
Staying strong. The cultists raise the banner and gain a CP. And there's another one shouting, more to the left, more to the right, more to the left. Cool, so he is scoring because at the end of his command phase, he was still scoring it, so he does gain 1 point for having that.
If you wipe those cultists out, my banner's still raised on that objective, I believe, and at the end of the game, I get a point if it's still there.
Raised, yeah, I think I have to be within engagement range.
You then have to take it off,
yeah, which is pretty cool.
That's very cool.
It's very cool. It's like seriously cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things we have to do. He's done his movement up, so these things have shuffled. The cultists have advanced up onto this objective. He can't, what you call it? He can't activate it.
Oh, okay.
And
because I
raise the
banners.
banner. Yeah.
I can't raise
what are they called?
Raise the banner high. Oh, action.
Action. He can't action because he's actually advanced, and you can't do it if you've advanced or fallen back.
Can I do it with him? Because he hasn't moved.
Yes, if he's, I think it's infantry, right? We'll have to check that.
We'll check that, but if so,
he'll raise the banner.
Yeah, he'll raise the banner.
And then on this side, we do have to do morale from the past. He has moved up already, just in case he auto passes, but he does have to do morale there. So morale.
So I've lost 3.
Yes.
I leadership 8.
Yes.
So we're fine.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's fine.
I also can re-roll because of my word bearer's trait. My Legion trait.
Which is great.
It's the only unit in the whole army that it affects.
Yay! So not a lot has happened. Obviously, you do gain your CP, which you already have, right? Because you won 2 before. You've already posted
it.
Yeah,
put my extra 1 on my command phase.
That's the end of the movement. Let's do what we'll do. Let's do the psychic phase, and then we'll go and check if the banner's fine and carry on with the shooting phase.
And also, in the command phase is where I would get the point for raise the banner, which then puts me on to 16. From where you added the points up, right?
No, because you would raise the banner, you don't score it to your next.
I'm talking about that banner.
This one, I've already pointed.
I'm just saying that in the command phase is when you actually get the point itself, rather than the beginning of the turn.
Yeah. So at the moment, the score is 16 for you to my 6. But I've got a lot of bring it down points, which I score at the end.
Got a lot of bring it down points.
But look, this is cool. It's still very, very close. You're in the lead, even though I'm basically killing everything that I can see.
Yep.
So that's interesting. Let's do the psychic phase, and then we'll go and check out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me grab 2 dice. Okay. Also, just to mention that the Venom Crawler has regen a wound up to 5.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do... first of all, we're going to do Cursed Earth.
Okay.
He doesn't get that.
Yep.
Do
you want to reroll?
Do I want to reroll that?
Taking you down to 2?
Take me down to 2. Yeah, I need to.
Okay, down to 2.
If the spider's going to do anything to survive, then I need to.
Yeah.
I need to keep him alive. There you go.
Yep.
Plus 1. That's cool.
Okay. What else are you going to do?
And then we're I'm going to smite him.
Yeah, take him more down just in case you can kill him off in shooting phase.
That does go
off with a +1. So D3 on him.
D3.
2. Take him down to 3 left. Okay. And that concludes your psychic phase as well, right?
That's it.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll check if you can actually claim that banner. Raise it up high. I think you can, because I think it's any infantry units. And he hasn't moved. He won't be doing anything next turn, so the action really doesn't matter for him. And yeah, we will...
He takes the banner off the cultist.
Yeah.
Or uses the cultist to cement it down.
I'm sure it's that.
And then
so we'll check that, and then we'll go into the shooting phase. Okay,
cool.
Here we go. Turn 2 for DC. Let's see what he's got to offer. So
I'm not done yet.
We did check. He is raising the banner. Are you raising the banner?
I'm raising it.
Because you can't do any auras as well. We just checked that, remember? So basically he can't do anything, but he's raising the banner. So he's already there.
Yep.
Raising the rope up. putting onto, that's why the objective is that they're placed.
That's the galaxy.
And then we've already gone through the movement, so we can go straight onto the shooting now. Let us know what unit is going to start it all off.
We've only got 3 things to shoot.
Okay.
These 2 guys, just
into the Marines.
Why not? Take a pot shot at them. 2 hits. Nothing.
That was fast.
Next
Cultists advanced, right? So they can't shoot.
Yeah, they will.
So it's just the Venom Crawler left.
No, the cultists in the ruins.
Oh yeah, into Smash Couch and Pardo.
Yeah. 16 shots. Hitting on 4s. Okay, and then wounding on 5s. So that's 4 wounds.
Okay.
Nice.
This was the cultist into Pardo, right?
Yep.
Okay, so looking for 2-ups. All passed. I say 2-ups because remember Storm Shields, if you missed the beginning, they do now have a 4-up instead of a 3-up invulnerable, but they give you a +1 to your armor, which is great. That's what you want with small arms fire is what normally kills them when they fail the charge.
That's very true. I'm going to spend a CP.
Yeah.
So put me down to 1.
Mm-hmm. 1 each, 1 apiece.
1 apiece, because I'm going to do Demon Forge, and I'm firing the Leviathan with my Excruciating Cannons.
Perfect.
2d3 shots. Ooh, nice. That's 5 shots. Hitting on 4 still.
What will it wound on?
It'll strength. It's now 5, 6, 7. So it's wounding on 5s.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No, I was just checking because obviously you don't get the +1 from.
No, because that is very cool though, isn't it? Because he's too occupied doing those things.
And it's good that you can't do so many things. So you're raising a banner, doing auras and all that. So
hitting on 4s, re-rolling.
Yeah.
With Demon Forge. That's 4 hits, like that. And then this is now 5s to wound. Ooh, nice, 2 already. And then, 3. 3 wounds, -2.
-2, so 4-ups. Damage D3, right?
Correct.
Do I reroll 1 for my last CP? I'm actually going to reroll 1 of these.
Alright.
And hope you don't get more than a 3. That's the pass. I'm out of command points for now.
Stop it!
And now you do have to roll a D3.
Come on.
You still can make it. You need a 5 or 6 here. No? Do you want to reroll?
Yeah.
Okay,
last
so we're
CP.
both out of CP.
Die!
Didn't. Actually, I don't think... Can you actually reroll that dice?
Yes.
Can you?
Don't know.
Let's check that. Hi, DC. Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, we checked. You can
did.
roll the damage, but he's still sad because he rolled a 1. Made it even worse. Okay, any charges?
I can't. Nothing I can charge. I mean, these guys could probably charge these, but I don't think that's a smart move.
No.
And that's it. Everything else is, he's raising the banner. The other guys advanced.
That's sad. Okay, so that's the end of the battle round. I have killed more units than you, meaning that I do gain 4 points for attrition. And on to turn 3 for the Crimson Fist we go. Catch you back in a sec.
Turn 3, end of the movement phase for the Crimson Fist. The war suit is plonked down the road, pointing its flamers that are apparently 12-inch.
Sorry, blades. Sorry, blade, guys.
Concern on his face as his captain looks at him and his tardiness. But yes, 12-inch flamers because Space Marines, that's why. We've had the Intercessors move up here to get stuck in. The Leviathan has stayed still on 1 wound.
I actually forgot to move these guys, sorry.
Okay, he's going to move them. While I explain, Captain Pardo is shot this way, and the plan is to slingshot around and take my banner down that has been raised on that objective. And there we are. The Intercessors have moved forward onto my 2 brave Chaos Space Marines.
They're really brave.
They're very, very brave.
Very brave.
And that's about it. We're going to go into the shooting phase, get some dice. Look how happy he is.
They're both like looking at each other. Shall we run away? No. Don't run away. Okay. Just watch them.
Stay strong, brother.
Stay strong, brother. That's the perfect one for that.
It is, yeah.
Stay strong, brother. We're fine, brother.
Oh, dear. Right, we'll catch you back in whatever happens in a moment. Shooting phase, let's begin. Where do we want to go?
I don't know.
He's so excited.
Too much still alive to shoot. 4 las cannons into the Venom Core.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. Rerolling. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s.
That's all wound. I do get a command point in my command phase, by the way.
You do.
4.
I'm going to use your rainbow dice.
Yes,
Check them out.
do it.
I got Cursed Earth off, with a CP reroll. So let's see what happens. Ooh!
So 1 goes through.
One goes through.
6. How many left?
5 wounds.
Okay. Rainbow dice. We need a 5. 4. 1 left.
He lives on a wound.
So 7 of these guys I can actually see the Venom Crawler, so I'll go with them next. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Chapter Master, and wounding on 5s. 1 wound, sir.
1 wound.
-2, so 4 up again. He's still alive.
Woo!
Okay, next up we'll go with this guy. What I'll do is let's stop there. Let's do these guys first then. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I'm gonna go 7 into the Venom Crawler.
Okay.
6, 7, and then 2 into the cultists.
Okay.
So into the Venom Crawler, they have moves, so they'll be hitting on 4s. And no wounds actually.
Fantastic.
And then 2 into the cultists. That's 1 hit. No wounds. Okay, so we do have to go into the storm.
Wait. What were they firing at? Because they're in point blank range.
Pew, 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 we're coming for you. Pew, pew, pew.
Just excited.
Yeah.
Shooting in the air.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
What about my flamers again? Naughty boy, Stephen. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 shots into the cultists.
From
Just one of the storm cannons,
okay,
and the other
understood.
one's targeting the Venom Crawler.
Alright.
Okay, so he's hitting now he's on his last bracket, so he's hitting on 4s now. Okay, so we can take these off. Just 1 wound.
Ooh. This is from a Venom Crawler, right?
Yes, Venom Crawler.
Hey!
10 shots into the cultists, hitting on 4s.
The Dark Gods are with me for some strange reason.
Yeah, at the end. Let's make the game longer. 2's to wound. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dead cultists.
5
now.
dead.
And lastly, we'll put the flamer into them from him, and all the rest of its shots will go into the Venom Crawler.
Okay.
Take this out because these new warsuit things have a lot of guns. Okay, so frag grenade launcher D6 shots is going into the Venom Crawler, 18 inches away. So that's 5.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And strength 4, so long wounding on 5s, 1 wound.
1 wound minus.
It's in the sword stock, so we are in the -1, damage 1.
Okay, 4 up. No.
He removed. Does he die? Does he blow up?
Does he blow up? No.
Okay, so he's removed.
He's gone.
And then the flamers obviously going to go into the cultists.
Of course.
2d6, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2 removed from here. Strength is 5, so I'm looking for 3s here. And that's -1, so they're dead basically.
How many?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead. So that unit is removed, meaning that this is still in play because it's way within 3 inches.
Yes.
And then 9 shots from the other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Over here?
6. Yeah, 7, 8.
Stay strong, brother.
Stay strong, brother. Hitting on 4s. Not getting 6s. 2 wounds.
I'm sorry. Are you complaining?
1 wound.
Are you complaining?
I know.
Not getting
It's good,
6s.
sorry. But look, only 1 wound from all those shots. That's bonkers.
Oh, good.
1 wound.
1 wound.
1 dead.
1 dead. All right, just leave the champion.
I think that's everything shot. Yeah.
Okay. That's everything shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll throw a grenade from Pardo.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
A frag. 1 hit. Sorry, 1 shot, 1 hit. 1 wound.
Okay.
So no minus there.
no. I gotta save.
Cost a little
What do we class this as? This is a good terrain rule.
That was dense terrain, so a -1 to hit actually. You don't get a +1 to armor. I would have still hit anyway. So
one dead.
No, you have a 6-up save. They don't have any AP grenades.
Oh,
grenades are heavy only.
Sorry, yeah. Nope, he's definitely dead. Okay. And with that, I think I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I have injured Greater Possess left, a 1 wound Master Possession hobbling around, some cultists that are about to get very, very smashed by Captain Smashy, and stay strong, brother. The 1 Chaos Space Marine. I think you could take him, but do you know what? I'll save him the trouble this day. Yeah. The reality is as well, guys, that don't forget he, as in that one.
As in me.
He got a lot of points coming in from Bring It Down.
10, 12, 13, 14, 15 points from Bring It Down. I get my other 4 points for attrition because you're not going to kill more than what I've killed, and that's without getting into the fight phase. I do stop your. I do go into engagement range with your banners, so you drop those points as well. So I would be in the lead this turn.
Yeah,
this turn anyway. Yeah.
It's game.
So what happens now normally is that if you call the game, you get 0 points, but the opponent can carry on playing the game for his full 5 turns to get as many points as he can if you're in an event or a competition where you need those points. And something really cool is the extra 10 points if your army is battle ready and your opposing army.
I really like that.
It's really good.
There was a bit of controversy, some people saying.
Yeah, and I understand fully. I respect the decisions and all that, but I think it's a good rule.
I say too, because a big part of the hobby is painting and making.
No, you can't now do. I'm going to an event, or this is this week we've broken this unit. Let's get 5 from my friends, and they're unpainted. Doesn't matter. I don't need them painted, and go and that. Yes. That's gonna make people like that think a bit. Yes. Which I understand why people are complaining as well, because some people just don't have time or just don't like painting. But the people that have painted get the benefit out of it at the end of the day.
And it's optional, so if some people don't want to use it, etc. But I believe we probably would be. Now, let's...
Fist bump. Fist bump.
Sorry, I don't want to, because you killed Malik on my first 9th edition. Right, we'll catch you back in the conclusion. He's going to be doing this for ages. And that's it, guys. That was the conclusion to my first game of 9th edition. Stop gloating. He's been doing this.
It's a peace.
Yeah, peace,
not war.
Peace now.
Peace, not war.
Yeah, it was actually, despite getting absolutely thrashed, it was really good fun. And you can even see in the game itself that the way the points can work is that you can still bring it back. Unfortunately, I was beyond the brink. But I still tried and I still looked at different areas. But I think, and that's what's really nice about 9th as well, is that it feels more dynamic with the points.
It does. The secondaries bring such a good feel to it that it was much needed in the missions. The missions were a bit like, meh.
Yeah, they were.
Like we would come up to the studio, which one shall we play? This one, this, and we're not super pro for Maelstrom. Of War, which at the moment I think it's gone. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything about that. Nope. Is it gone? Is it in the tournament book, which we don't have? I don't know. But so the secondaries just spices it up so much more.
Raise the banners high is incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. I'm gonna create little banners now for my Chaos and my GST the Cult that are coming soon.
Well, I can create little SN banners and I can give them out to fans.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Let us know in comments if you want SN banners for raising the banners high. I'll be using it all the time.
So cool.
So do you want to go over just how you think it went?
Yeah. So basically this is my second game recording, basically. I recorded yesterday's game with Shaggy and Chris, and it's actually my 3rd game or 4th game now of 9th. So I can see I'm really now like getting rules like that. I'm not here. The first couple of games were like, oh, my head's gonna blow up. Oh, so much stress. But seriously, guys, 3rd game, and I'm like, boom, 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 remembering stuff. The rule book is amazing. Like the little boxes that helps you up. Like this is this. You don't have to read the whole paragraph. It's like the 2 points tell you exactly what to do. And the game basically. if we go back to you deploying a unit, me deploying a unit, I think it was very difficult for you to still do it because your army works as a castle, and this is why we won't see castles a lot.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Because this is a really good point.
That's a really good point.
Because when you're doing that, I'm like, as soon as he puts 2 units, which I know are key parts of the castle, I start putting my anti-castle units invisible from you. And that's why I actually put my, which you guys didn't see because we do this off camera, I put my Leviathan down, my troops down, and then I didn't put my Contemptors until the end because I wanted to know where your demon engines were going.
Yeah.
And that helped a lot. And basically it was that. I got first turn, Crimson Fists in general, Imperial Fists in general hit so hard against vehicles with the +1 damage.
Yeah.
Rerolls are crazy with Space Marines.
I told Pardo on the way up, I was like, I want to play 9th, I want to play the first game of 9th with Word Bearers, but I'm bringing the pain. Like, I'm not bringing a fluffy Word Bearers list. I want to bring a nasty, see how it works in 9th. And that was my previous kind of go-to.
Yeah, which we saw going through armies like in a turn or two.
Yeah. So this was a really good example, I think, of how I'm going to have to change.
I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, how I do this because that bubble, and I probably deployed wrong, perhaps. But if I deployed on the other edge, he outranged me anyway with his last cannons, and they were the main threat, and his bolters and everything else. It was very difficult. So it's. I think it's changed. 9th has changed how I'm going to operate.
This will change a lot. We will slowly see. We're not experienced either. We're just playing just for you guys to have some reports to watch and learn. But we're learning at the same time as you guys. So our list will drastically change.
Yes.
I think the tactical reserves will be a key part of 9th edition.
Yeah.
Because having that deployment where you deploy one each, having terrain, having so many rules and such a big issue, a point in the army or point in the battle. How would I say? It's not point, it's like they're key now, right? The terrain brings so much flavor to it and changes the game so much. That's obviously obscuring and all that. So I think having units coming out from table edges, having line of sight on different units would help a lot. I'm just like mind blown of how much I'm enjoying it, and it's only been my 4th game.
Yeah, my first game, I've really enjoyed it. I think there's some little key bits and pieces that I think the game went fast anyway, generally, but I did feel like it does speed things up a little bit.
Small board as well, speeds it up
does.
as well, and I don't think we've done any mistakes. Hopefully, if we have, comment below because that's what we actually want to see. We want to see those comments of you guys saying you missed this, this isn't like this, because you have the rules. They're out for anybody to view.
Yeah, true.
Which is amazing. So yeah, basically that. Would you have done anything wrong apart from the deployment?
But then the problem with the deployment is my castle needs to be together to get all the bubbles, as I explained at the start in the intro, and I think that if I deployed elsewhere where the terrain was more heavily placed, it would have broken that bubble up and it would have been difficult to make it effective. Also, I needed to get into his lines and be really aggressive straight away.
You had to.
So that kind of getting turn 1 was important for me. But other than that, I do like the list, but like I said, it needs changing. And lastly, I think it's really bad of you to kill Malik on my first game.
That's so good. I'm just going to engrave a plaque with the date of today, and so you can put it on your new home, which you're moving to in soon. Something else I was going to point out is I think we're going to see a lot of smaller units across the field. No big units, no horde units, because you grab so many objectives, there's so many actions to do, which we'll probably see more of when we get codexes.
I should have done that perhaps. I should have not taken the decimators or taken just one or something and then took more troops. I didn't bring any troops.
But you had been doing so well with decimators against marines and stuff, which you needed to try them out anyway. So there we have it, boys and girls. If you want more content, head over to SM Plus on Plus. That's like a cross. That's like SM Plus on smbarrypods.com, where we have over 100 Barry pods in both classic style and video format. Or check out the Patreon page where you have access to our Discord Lord.
Access to our Discord Disco.
So you've got access to the Discord app where you can actually chat to us personally, which is awesome. And there we have it. We'll catch you back in the next one. Cheerio!